State Attorney Monique Worrell of the Ninth Judicial Circuit and the State Attorney General of Florida, James Uffmeyer, once again find themselves at odds. I'm News 6's Mike Valenti, your Orange County Community Correspondent, and this latest dispute could put $500,000 in grant funding in jeopardy. This is all about funding for victims of domestic violence and child physical abuse.
All right, good morning, everyone. Thank you all for being here.
The acronym used over and over again in Worrell's briefing Wednesday was VOCA, stands for the Victims of Crime Act.
And those funds exist for one purpose, and that is to support victims of violent crime.
The federal VOCA funding goes to the state AG's office, and Uffmeyer then doles out that funding to the individual circuits, which use the money to fund victim advocacy programs. Last October, Worrell's office submitted an application for VOCA funding based on her office's actual victim data. And she says the AG's office approved that application. But then a couple months later, in December,
without warning or explanation, that contract was changed.
In the version revised by the AG's office, funding was slashed for domestic violence victims by about 80%.
Even though domestic violence is the most common violent crime in our circuit.
Yet the AG's office increased funding to support victims of child physical abuse.
These numbers are detached from real data, unsupported by case volume, and impossible to meet.
Last year, victims advocates in the circuit served 46 victims of child physical abuse or neglect. Yet Worrell says the AG's office now expects her office to serve up to 1,000 of those type of victims this year. Not meeting those deliverables, Worrell fears, could result in penalties and jeopardize future funding. In an email to Worrell's office, the AG staff says they're not threatening to withhold future funding, but Worrell says she's not signing this contract, putting the $500,000 this year at risk. In an email to us, the deputy press secretary for the AG's office said, quote, "The VOCA grant funds are available whenever State Attorney Worrell is ready to sign the contract," noting that the AG's office is offering more than double the amount her office requested last year. The deputy press secretary ending by saying, quote, "We hope she does the right thing." I'm your Orange County Community Correspondent, Mike Valenti, News 6.